Yeah.
Wizards have so much. If I were to run I just started the recording, so if I were to run a solo character, I'd want to do a wizard because wizards got have lots of things to do, and they could go at their own pace. You'd probably want to like
Yeah.
get
Yeah. I guess
really
it would be.
into like special spell components and researching spells and that sort of thing. Wizards also can easily at mid levels or high levels pick up a party, do a thing, and then dump the party. Because of a wizard in Pathfinder or third edition, not in second edition Pathfinder, because they nerfed magic. They nerfed all of the out of combat magic.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's no more geometric wizard linear fighter problem anymore. But it
Hmm.
also means that you can't be solo. Uh, anyways,
I would say in second ed, in my opinion, if you are a druid wild shaper, that is your best bet for going solo. Because with shape change, you're a decent fighter. You have spells, including healing spells.
yep. You could
You
do
don't
the
have
rogue
everything,
thing
but
by turning into an animal. You're kind of doing trickery.
yeah, like you can sneak around as a bird or whatever.
Cool. Mark,
It's
how's it
not
going?
everything, but
What time was it over there when you had messaged me, "Hey, do you want to play D&D tomorrow?"
like 9 o'clock last night or something.
Okay, I didn't get it. I didn't get the message until 9 p.m. my time, and yeah, I'm like, do I have time to put together an adventure for Monday? This is like Sunday at 9 p.m. Like, we could do this. I put on a movie in the background and didn't watch a second of it. I will have to go back and rewatch the Equalizer. Kenny, Wither, Fox, how are you folks doing tonight? How I'm just gonna
How is
quickly
everyone?
check our audio. How 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Check our audio. Mark, you want to say something?
1, 2, 3, 4,
Check our
5,
audio.
6,
Mark, you want to
7,
say
8,
something?
9, 10,
One,
11,
two, three, four, 5,
12.
six.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's some old school Sesame Street for those of you paying attention.
All right. So yeah, that's what I did last night. Sunday is kind of a quiet day, and then we play game on Saturday. So yeah, that's what I've since the last 48 hours ago or whenever you guys saw me last.
For those of
Oh,
you who
work,
missed it,
work on Monday. I went to work,
yeah, yeah.
which was facing this way on my laptop. Is basically work. Work Marty faces that way. I haven't left this spot in a long time. uh, okay, why don't we do a recap of what happened last game? Last game is called The Initiation. Professor Barnabas Darby assaults a member of the Erncaster family and is subjected to a term of indentured servitude as recompense. Barnabas is tasked with menial labor, porting supplies and large torches to a complex deep beneath Foundry's graveyard. One of his supervisors, a delusional necromancer, rubs Barnabas the wrong way. While Barnabas contends with the decrepit animated skeletons of his overzealous captors, Lloes, Chagga, Ghost, and Junker arrive on the scene. Chagga recognizes Barnabas as a former classmate, and they come to Barnabas's aid. The party treats with the creepy hag spawn named Alistair, who lives in the subterranean crypts. The party, curious about the upcoming ceremony for Chagga and Lloes, explore the Tomb of Initiation. Inside the tomb, they find a strange soul prison with ties to both the Dune and Lutreniac families. The spirit of Lloes' sister protects him from possession. Chagga wards himself with spells. Ghost and Junker loot a shrine to a war god. Barnabas tackles a strange trap related to polearms. Before leaving the crypt, Alistair asks the party with help to retrieve his belongings. Apparently, his family not only abandoned him down into or sequestered him down into the into this massive area of crypts and allow him to wander around where dangerous undead seem to be thriving. But they've taken some of his
It's called
gear.
tough love, Marty. It's called tough love.
It is called tough love. They've taken some of his gear, and he claims that it's just in this crypt over here. One of the faceless lords of this masked person came over and was speaking to all of you guys and calling after you. You suspect that he may know your identities. Well, at least he'll know Barnabas's identity, as Barnabas was.
I am the victim of a kidnapping.
Right. Barnabas was assigned to this work detail, so it probably wouldn't take much to notice that Barnabas's body is not amongst those that they found at the entrance to the crypt. Perhaps whoever that is has something to do with the ceremony. I think you guys are a little bit low on spells, or at least you've been.
Yes, because we got in a fight.
Yep. But Junker and Ghost are eyeing this particular doorway. Alistair is like, they put my things in there.
What have we got here? Let's have a look, see.
He grins and is sort of like hiding a little bit behind this. This actually looks like a wall. Looks like it's thick enough that it's a wall. The support, yeah. It's like a support beam.
Support beam,
wall.
yeah.
Load-bearing wall.
Is there any writing or anything on the wall? Or the door, sorry?
Yes. So this particular wall says something to the effect of in silence they sleep.
In silence they sleep. All right, that sounds it sounds like there's undead. I'm not going to lie. But I was a betting man, and I am.
Ghost just gives you a little nod, and like Junker just he doesn't really emote very well, and he refuses to speak the human tongue, so he just kind of grimaces at you. You're pretty sure he grimaced at you saying that there's undead as opposed to like anything with you, but you wouldn't want to stick your fingers in that punum. Like there's some nasty.
No, that's a plague rat if I ever saw one. Yep. An angry plague rat.
His little rat kind of crawls down his cloak and then into his robes and then squeaks off to the side a little bit. Chagga's nervously looking over his shoulder into the crazy caverns that you guys left. I hope they don't decide to pursue us. Yeah, they're going to get a sword in their face if they do, says Lloes. It's good that you've got your bravery back.
At least these faces will have a bit of flesh behind them. Make it easier for you. I'm just looking at Lloes.
Easier for me for what?
With the stabbing.
What are we stabbing?
Why don't you go wait in the corner there, son? Look out for monsters.
He steps up. He's got his sword out. There's something in here that needs to be stabbed.
All right, fine. We got any traps here?
Yeah, give me a perception check. You could do the pound perk, I think.
He is, well, I guess he's kind of, I guess he can look for mechanical traps.
Yep. There we
go. Oh, you got it. Forget it.
First one. Junker, I don't know if he's a rogue or not. He's a vivisectionist. He does not have trap finding.
I think we're relying on ghosts to roll the 1, so
Yeah, +1
no,
for
no
traps.
traps there.
Junker just points at the lock on the door. Locked.
Okay.
It is similar. It is similar to the locks that you've encountered
That require
in the rest of this tomb. You're not certain whether it's the one you plucked out of the ogre to get into the forge area, or if it's the one for the tomb itself.
Hi, lad. Alistair, come here.
He grins up at you. What is it?
You got a key.
If I had a key, I wouldn't need you.
You know, you got a very smart mouth for a little boy. Go wait in the corner.
He just laughs at you. Put the key in there. Oh, you're all afraid, are you? I know fear.
Oh, you don't know fear? Here you go. Hand him a key. Tell you what, I'm not afraid of. Let the little boy do my work.
All right, he takes the key. Which one is it?
We'll give him the lieutenant check.
Okay, the one that Lloes stole from his family.
Yeah.
That led into the tomb. Okay, it does turn. It makes a bit of a grinding noise with the tumblers. Something clicked as he turned the key halfway around.
All right, back away now.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be told twice. He scampers away and he's holding on to the part of the wall and just sort of looking. The door isn't open yet. Ghost and Junker both step forward, crack the door open quietly. It reveals a chamber. There is a statue at the end of the chamber, which looks like a woman with bat wings, kind of like the succubus-looking woman in the other chamber. I don't know if you remember from before. I can show you.
Yes. Yeah.
Just for the stream. The one with the ruby dagger. Was it old crypt? No, it was chapel. Like part angel, part devil, ruby dagger. It's got to Barnabas, it's got like a mixture of an old death god mixed in with some concepts of a new one. This particular statue that's at the end of the sizable crypt is going like this.
Looks like we ought to be quiet.
There are two sarcophagi flanking either side of the room. Their geometric designs along them, they both look like they've had their wax seals are kind of peeled and open. Either they've been opened before or the seals weren't all that great. There is a distinct telltale smell of alchemy and rot. Like there's some sort of like oil.
Okay.
Smell, it's not obvious where it's coming from, and the light that is in this chamber is whatever you guys have brought with you.
Light spell. Fuck me. All right, warrior, get in there. Just looking at Lloes.
Me? Why me?
I'll be right behind you.
Okay. Lloes is gonna tiptoe in there. He gets a 20 on his stealth.
You are.
He, through being a... Are you kidding
Ninja?
me? He did not take light as a sorcerer spell? Okay, so he needs somebody else's light spell.
Barnabas will give him his.
Chagga's also got a light on his tower shield, we'll say.
You see the lad's belongings?
He continues to sneak. He looks over. He shakes his head.
Oh, fuck. You know what that means, don't you?
You see he's sneaking forward. He's looking behind the statue. He turns around and just gives you a shrug.
Okay, he gives him like 1 second.
Okay.
All right. Meeting of the minds here. Your things, if they are in that room, are in one of the sarcophagi.
Alistair's just grinning up at you. There's this wild look in his strange eyes. It's like inappropriate response for current situation. He's excited. Like this excites him. Chagga is like wiping his brow with a handkerchief, and the two rats are just are like they're curious, but they look like they don't want to go into the room.
You should not be smiling right now. They're not going to be scared of you.
Pair of hushes.
Should be mighty grateful. I've got a curiosity about you.
He grins up at you, and now he's like looking over or looking around the corner too, trying to get a good look.
All right, Chagga, come on in. Give me a hand here.
Oh, yes. Unfortunately, my armor is very loud, is what he says quietly to you. Shuffles over a little bit.
You know, I was going to be loud when we dropped that sarcophagus lid on the ground, so it doesn't really fucking matter, does it? Worst case scenario, you save us the trouble of lifting a lid.
Which one do you think they're in?
Well, Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. We'll go with this one here.
A time-tested method, he says it. And Chagga comes booting into the room. He's running into the room, making all sorts of noise.
Why? Why?
I think it's initiative at this point in time. He seems to be beelining for the top or the leftmost from his left most sarcophagus, like he's running at it. His arms are out wide.
What are you doing? Initiative.
Yeah, let's go to the initiative sheet here. And I'll quickly slam initiative into the sheet once I get it open. He chose whichever one you
I didn't.
You didn't, right. He's choosing the other one.
That brute was scary last game. Oh, God.
I'm just going to call these things cairn creatures. The brute was scary?
Yes.
Okay, good. I like the brute. With all the I like the polearm.
Yeah, the polearm idea. Yes.
Yeah. Whoa! Don't want to show you what the thing is. Okay. They have initiatives of 1, and then I'm going to. Oh, we might as well do the DM points. There's 3 all around. Good. And where's my random array? We'll re-randomize the random array. Oops, somebody got a 20.
Is it us? Is it us?
Oh, no. Too far down.
Oh,
okay.
19 for Chagga. It's
Chagga, Lloes, Junker, the cairn creatures, Ghost, Alistair, Barnabas.
Not like in that order, quite frankly.
Chagga comes running. and jumps on the lid of the sarcophagus. He is basically laying flat on top of the sarcophagus lid.
Oh, that's some fine thinking.
You have to be very strong to get out of here. At that point, the sarcophagus lid with not a Chagga on it's going thump 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 thump. There's like thumping and bumping, and it's
Yeah.
actually jumping. And there's thumping from the one that Chagga's lying on as well.
Mhm.
So that was his surprise round. You surprised the creatures.
Okay.
Los is going to ready to attack something if it appears, and he's going to attack it twice. No, he's going to use the surprise round to put up a spell.
Yeah.
He's got some spells left. He'll put up a shield spell because reasons. All right, he's got shield and mage armor. His AC is a-okay. Right, I lost the initiative sheet. Where'd it go? Junker, Mark.
Oh, Junker is going to spend a complex action to turn his familiar into a rat swarm.
Nice. I think I got the
That's
token
just fucking awesome.
in the darkness somewhere. Okay, so his rat turns into rat swarm.
Yep.
It says it still has 6 damage.
It might still have 6 damage.
Okay.
It would get new temporary hit points, though, wouldn't it?
Yep.
No. So can he just? How many times a day can he do that? Is there a limit?
Yeah, but it's a ridiculous limit. Like every fight
okay.
he could keep on giving it temp hit points, or even within a fight. It lasts for 3 minutes. He can do it for, wisdom modifier times per day.
That's pretty awesome. All right. And they will just settle on top of that.
Okay. A swarm of Junker's rats, all identical, go swarming over top of the lid of the sarcophagus. And there's all sorts of...
Oh, wait. This is a surprise run, right?
Yeah. 2 moves, you can get there.
2 moves? All right.
The Cairn creatures. All right. I'm going to give them, because they've got sarcophagi lids to get out of, they need to make strength checks to get out. So it may take them some time to do so. DC is 10. Yeah, this lid is... It slams off to the side. It kills a rat. Not enough to really do damage to the whole swarm. But there is... It's hard to tell what it is. It's humanoid. It does have a sword in its hand. And it is rising from the sarcophagus.
Okay.
So it move action threw the lid off. It then is going to stand from prone in the sarcophagus, and it's covered in rats. That's its second action.
And it's done.
Oh, no. Sorry. You guys surprised them. It doesn't get to act in the surprise round. Ghost.
Ghost is... No, thanks. Ghost... I'm not that familiar with Maguses in the first place. So he is going to cast, I'm guessing, a shield spell. Does he have that? Or, oh, wait, he's got... he prepares his, right?
Yep.
And he's already used shield. Hasn't he?
I don't know if you use it against the big monster or not. Probably.
I think he did. All right, so
the big zombie brute.
He will. I think he's just gonna ready.
Okay.
Ready a what's he got for options? Point blank and precise. All right, so he's gonna ready to shoot the guy. Shoot him when he gets
he'll
up.
have 2 actions to shoot when it's his when he gets to his ready.
The first one will be a acid splash spell strike, I think. That's 2 actions, right? One to put the spell on and fire.
Give me a second.
I'm looking.
Range spell strike is a 2-act thing. Range spell combat is a full round. Yeah, you can put a spell and an attack as 2 actions.
Okay.
So disrupt undead.
Yeah, disrupt undead.
Okay, Alistair just moves up this round. He is going to have his dagger in hand. Barnabas.
Barnabas is going to cast shield.
Okay. Top of the actual round, Chagga, now that this lid is thumping, is going to stand on top of the sarcophagus and ready a scythe strike using his Hand of the Mage
Okay.
at whatever comes out. Lloes is going to ready all 3 of his attacks.
All right.
Junker.
Junker is. What's he got for spells? He's gonna. How many moves has he got? He's got 3. So I want to see what he's got for spells first. Hang on. Before we send him into combat, let's cast some spells.
Junker has a light wounds, a summon swarm, a shield extract, a true strike extract.
I feel like some of those are maybe not.
The adhesive spittle might be able to do something.
Yeah, adhesives. He'll prep an adhesive spittle.
Okay.
And I'll look up what that does exactly.
All right. Now so he's imbibing the adhesive spittle. I don't know if he's got an action or not. First is the creature in the crypt pushes off the lid and then stands up, and then there's a bunch of AOO or a bunch of readied actions that go off. The first readied action is Chagga's. So as this creature rises up, covered in rats, Chagga sends his scythe flying from his hands with magic, and this hits an AC of 15, which misses the creature. The creature is wearing what looks like leather armor and has something roughly in the shape of a longsword in its hands. The rats that are trying to crawl up the longsword are dying as there's some sort of necromantic energy that is flowing through the sword itself. It's also matching the same energy that is leaking from the eyes of the creature. It looks very, very emaciated. And it's hard to tell what it is. The scythe is just too big. It rings off the wall, and then it's Lloes's full round attacks. He's gonna stab it a few times, or attempt to stab it. What are we attacking at? He is attacking at +7, +8 with his S-Doc. AC 10 misses, AC 14 misses, and then AC... He missed 3 times. It basically rings its sword off of Lloes's, and as Lloes is trying to push his sword in, the more slashing long blade of this thing is keeping it at bay. The tang of blades ringing throughout the chamber are definitely attracting the attention of something else underneath Chagga's feet. And so it moved the lid, it stood up, and it's going to bring its blade towards Lloes and attack.
Miss.
Unless Junker's got his ready.
Oh, Junker's got, yes. He's got his adhesive spittle. So once during the spell's duration, you spit a vicious liquid as a standard action. It counts as a tanglefoot bag, but you don't require an attack roll. It just hits.
Okay, so
the DC...
he spits this horrible substance.
It's perfect for this character too.
Yep.
DC to avoid being entangled. That's a tanglefoot bag. What is his int? Looks DC 14.
14. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, he's
Reflex.
not. He's not the highest int. He had a lot of stats to pay into.
Yeah,
This is a reflex save.
Yeah, it's a reflex save.
Well, not one. Whoops.
Even on a 204,
and I roll a 1. You know
take
what?
it. We'll take that.
I'll take it.
That is your 1d204. We'll take ours later, but
Sure.
that was yours.
I feel like nice. Okay, so he's entangled by the horrible spittle from Junker, holding him in place. Wolfgang 463, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Let us know if you have any questions. Okay, that was Junker. That is a standard action, but that was also his readied action, so that he is done. Now Ghost gets his readied action, which this was a surprise round, so Ghost fires his disrupt undead infused arrow towards the strange undead thing. Give me a d20 roll, Mark.
20 plus.
Well, I figure out his attack routine. His attack routine is plus 10.
Within 30?
Point blank shot would be plus 11.
Yeah. 27.
27? Yeah, the arrow goes through the swarm of rats, hits the thing in the torso, and you can hear sizzling, and there's some white positive energy that is burning this creature's flesh.
I'm just gonna roll the normal damage is
1d6 plus
and
2 plus 3 with point blank shot, and then another d6 for the disruptor.
Yeah, okay, so I'll add the 1 there. 4 and another 4.
8. Okay, this creature is not it's not bloated like zombies, and its bones are much more brittle than skeletons. You do hear a crunch, and it's burning. There is no DR, is what I'm trying to describe.
Excellent.
But it is still standing after that. It finally exhales, almost like it took a while for lung to enter its lungs. Those are all the readied actions. So now that it has pushed off the lid, stood up, it takes an attack at Lloes. And the Cairn Wight hits AC 22. Lloes' AC right now with Mage Armor and Shield is 23.
Yay!
It is standing on the sarcophagus. That's +1 from above.
It does entangle.
Yeah, entangle probably does that. It's worth looking up.
Entangled. Here we go. -2 on attack rolls.
Okay, because of the sticky strands, its swing doesn't go all the way through. Lloes goes scrambling back from that. He knew that he was tagged, but the spittle got it. The other Cairn Wight now has to lift a 400-pound Chagga off of the lid. Plus, Chagga's wearing heavy armor and the tower shield. It needs to make a DC.
Best of luck. Check.
It can't make it. Of course, Chagga doesn't know that. He's like, oh. He's looking surprised as his scythe that was flying around in the air returns to his readied grasp. That is the Cairn creatures. Ghost.
Ghost is going to repeat that.
Okay. Looking at the arrow, casting a spell into the end of it, which is Disrupt Undead. He fires very quickly over Junker's shoulder. I know the tokens are separated, but these two rats can be in the same square and be combative. Natural 20, nice. You tag it right in the face. Oh, it ended its turn in the
in the rat swarm. Yeah.
In the rat swarm. Let me just check to see if it's the end or the beginning of the turn. You can go ahead and roll junk or ghost damage.
Oh, 12 damage.
12 damage. I think it's when
Yeah.
at the end of its move, and it's immune to the distraction quality because it doesn't get sick, so it doesn't care that there are rats all over it.
Does it get the damage though?
No, on the
On Junker's turn.
on Junker's turn, yeah. On the end of the swarm's turn, it does damage. So they're still all crawling around him and still trying to bite. But that 12 damage from the positive energy arrow hurts the creature badly. It is not bloodied.
Oh.
Alistair is going to hex the cairn wight with misfortune.
Yes.
He's wiggling his fingers and laughing his creepy little childlike laugh. And the will save on the hex misfortune 16. Nope. Barnabas
is going to step back because screw that. Stomp his fucking head in. Bard song.
Bard song. Okay. As hope fills the room that has for a long period of time held none. Chagga doesn't want to get off the lid.
No, it's probably best he stays there.
Fighting these things one at a time.
Scythe again?
What's that?
Oh no, because Lloes is there, yeah.
Yep. He's running out of these Hand of the Acolyte things.
Yeah, we're third
He's
level.
run out of channels for the day. He tried to kill the leeches earlier in the day. You know what? He's got his own magic missiles.
There we go.
He's going to magic missile the creature for 8 damage. Just make sure it doesn't have SR. No. It is now bloodied. It's covered in rats and being pelted from all sides. Chagga is going to remain where he is. Lloes is going to, well, he's in melee with it. He thrusts, and this thing's AC is pretty damn good. He thrusts with his S-Dock at +8 with the Bard Song. Hits, +5 is a miss. No, it'd be +3 is a miss, and then -2 is a miss. So he hits once for 2d4 +1, and his sword does do damage.
Nice.
He thrusts at it. It grimaces in pain, perhaps, and then manages to hack his sword away from with the other hits. You do not like, Barnabas, the necromantic energy flowing from the creature into the blade.
Okay.
What horror did Alistair bring you to? Why do they keep these creatures here? So that was Low swinging. Junker.
Junker will do the damage from the rats.
Yeah, the rats basically are swarming around the cairn wight.
5 damage.
5 damage is significant.
And he sees he knows a good thing when he sees it. His brother is doing damage. He is going to feed his brother a true strike.
Okay. He feeds Ghost a true strike potion. Cool.
Yep.
Cairn creatures. This thing's at a -2. It's attacking Lloes. +1 from above, AC 21.
Missed. Again, would have hit.
Yeah. And then the second attack is at -1. Missed. Then it's going to spend a action to try to pull the goo off of himself,
Okay.
which I think might be a strength check or a CMB.
I will look up Tanglefoot Bag.
Okay, I'm just going to roll a straight 20. Yeah.
You can make a strength check or deal damage to the goo with a slashing weapon.
Okay, he makes a strength check DC 17. Or he gets a 17 on it.
That's exactly what you need for Tanglefoot Bag, and seeing as the DC is lower for the spell, I assume that breaks
Okay. All right.
that breaks the hold.
So he pulls off the goo, but he's still covered in rats. He ends his turn in the rat swarm. He's not affected by the distraction quality. Ghost with a true strike raging around his bow, just flares and sparks of magic, a glimmer in his rat-like eye.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Rolls in that one.
You know what? As of late, True Strike seems to have been almost a guaranteed miss. I swear to God.
Okay, so it's some of the goo that was flying through the air got caught in the arrow and caused it to basically continue its flight backwards, and the backwards arrow killed a rat. And
so Marty, out of curiosity, how can you fuck up that bad sound like in Nizumi?
That would be an interesting idea, Fox. Okay, so I think you have to roll to confirm the
build
critical.
The paranoia, Fox.
He's here. I'll roll to see if he critical misses. No, he doesn't.
It's basically roll a 1 again too. Okay, so it's not a critical miss.
Alistair. he laughs. Since this thing made its save against the misfortune, I don't think he can do it again, and that's really his only hex.
Yeah, that's.
The rest of his spells are like, I mean, he can get in there if you wanted, but I don't think he wants to.
Okay.
No, he's just gonna wait. He's laughing. He thinks this is fun.
This is fun, is it? Little shit.
Wild eye in the crazy lad's eyes. Barnabas.
He is going to. No, that's not going to help. I think it's going to. Is it very jumping around? No.
All right. Oh well, it pulled the thing off, or the spittle off. It's covered in rats.
Okay. I don't have I'll hit it with a. We've got people chasing us still though. Screw it. I'll go with Disrupt Undead and Trust My Allies. +5. Nope. Missed it.
What are you firing?
Disrupt Undead.
Okay. Firing your cantrip, it goes into a rat and against the wall. Chagga not getting down from his current position as he's keeping one of them in. He will fire another magic missile, doing 5 damage. The thing looks very tattered as the magic missiles rip through its flesh. It exhales and almost doubles over. Lloes looking for an opening. Oh, look at those rolls.
Garbage.
Because it pulled off the entangling effect, missed, and missed. He apparently is really good at like doing sword play with the enemies. Saber rattling. Like it's like he's not Perhaps he's not used to going for the kill.
Okay.
Junker and his rats are making short work of the cairn wight.
Yeah, we'll start with. Oh, yeah, the rats. 2 damage.
Okay.
And I think.
Check something. 2 damage. Did you kill it? 32, 48. Nope. It's got single-digit hit points left.
Junker's going to move in.
Stab at it with his spear.
With this long spear, yeah. Plus, double check. I think it's +7.
I don't think his mutagen. Well, 30 minutes. No, you guys took a long time with that trap and exploring. I don't think his mutagen's running.
So +4.
Bard Song.
Yeah, it's with Bard Song. AC 21.
Hey, he stabbed it in the face with his long spear.
Alrighty, so
If he does more than 3 damage, he kills it.
+1 from Bard Song. 6 damage.
Yeah, he finds the back of the thing's skull with his long spear, and it falls over unceremoniously into the ground, twitches a little bit, and rats are running over it, and it dies. Its sword clangs to the ground as it leaves the creature's hand, as it skids across the ancient tiles. The necromantic energy fades from the sword and also fades from the creature's face. There's still one that's manically thumping at the bottom of the lid. It wants out. That undead is quite unpleasant, says Chagga. The cairn creature is
Trying to get out.
nope. It's all of a sudden quiet. Like it stops thumping.
Alright, Chunka, call off the rats.
Did it die? Says Alistair. Ghost? What's Ghost doing?
Ghost is just gonna like one step in, ready to
Fire
Yeah.
a disrupting arrow?
Yeah.
Alistair will step in beside Ghost. He knows fear. He's not running into melee with these things. He's going to ready his hex.
Okay.
Fingers out. Barnabas?
He's dropping his Bard Song for now because he's only got so many.
Yep.
And moving over to this side of the room. And he will ready a Bard Song.
Okay. I think Ghost is going to run all the way up to Junker so they can flank.
Okay. That's, yeah, sure.
Chagga, are we ready? Chagga's going to delay until after Lloes.
Okay.
He's going to delay until after Junker.
Okay. Junker is.
So Lloes is readying. He's going to stand over it.
Okay.
Or stand over the sarcophagus, and he's going to ready to attack 3 times.
All right. When everyone's ready.
Junker's got his ready to action.
Wait for my mark, i.e. Bard Song.
Barnabas, you've got a ready to action for Bard Song?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, take him down! Get him! Get him! Get him!
Yeah, so I think Chagga is the one that delayed, so now Chagga takes his action.
Which is jump off.
He jumps off and then readies to...
Yes. Yeah. Slash it.
No, he's got to drop his tower shield to do it. So he jumps off.
He can have Barnabas's club if he wants.
Now he's going to be ready to punch it. He just throws his, as he's jumping off, he throws his sides to the ground and he turns around. And he's going to ready to punch it. The cairn creature then slides the lid off. I don't know if you guys are taking your ready now. As
No,
it's
we need
lying
him to
down in the
stand up, I
sarcophagus.
think. Well, I guess Loesch could. He's lying down. He'd get the.
Yeah, Los is hovering right over it, so he's gonna.
Yeah.
Might as well.
And Junker, I guess, could do the same thing.
And Barnabas's bard song isn't ready yet.
Is he would be the first thing? Like his bard song goes
Is
off, then
okay? So
Chagga jumps off. And...
Okay. Ooh, it's a hit. A hit. No wait. 8 would be 3. No, it's only one hit. He stabs into it, and instead of like stabbing multiple times, the creature with its empty hand grabbed the blade and kind of kept it in its chest. It's like, give me the back! He stabbed it for 9.
That's pretty good, though. So this bard song?
Your bard, that's including bard song. Yep.
Okay.
So then that was Los's ready to action. Junker, are you attacking it while it's laying down in the sarcophagus, or are you waiting till it stands up?
No, Junker's gonna stab it while it's in the sarcophagus.
Okay.
So we're looking at 14, 6, and like 10.
Yeah, unfortunately, Junker's got to lift his spear up to kind of go over the lip of the box and of the stone box, and he misses.
Oh, sorry, 16, because I forgot the flanking bonus.
16 hits.
All right, we'll take that 16.
You push the spear into the thing's thigh. You hear a weird pop.
2 damage. We'll take it.
Chagga isn't close enough. He still has his ready though. When if it does try to threaten, Ghost's ready.
Ghost is going to wait till it stands.
Right. Alistair is ready. He can see it, so it gets a will save. It makes its will save. All right. It continues its actions. It stands up in the box. Now, Ghost's
Cool.
ready to action.
AC 18.
That's including Bard Song and Point Blank.
Oh, that's not including Bard Song, so 19.
Missed by 1.
Shit.
The arrow explodes into this nice
Flanking.
nimbus.
I forgot flanking.
+2 for flanking. Yep.
There we go.
The arrow explodes against one of the studs in his armor, but all the sparklers of the spell continue their momentum forward.
11 damage.
As well as the shards. Wow. Okay. Archers for the win. Okay. After that, it's the creature gets to continue its movement. So Lid stood up. It attacks Los. +1 from above. Oh, a critical miss.
What?
It missed.
Point of wisdom damage. All right.
Don't know if undead take ability damage, but its wisdom's odd, so it doesn't matter.
I suspect it won't.
Yep.
Much
The lid slid a little bit and clocked it over the side of the face as it was attacking. So I think that's it. Then it's Ghost's turn, because readied in this system doesn't change your initiative order.
All right, D20 plus 12, 14. C32.
Yeah, this arrow goes right through the creature's jaw sideways, a bunch of teeth go clinking to the ground.
Another 11 damage.
Oh, this thing is now bloodied. It's chewing on an arrow. He technically has one more attack because it's a 2-action.
No, it's a complex to put the spell on, or is that for both?
Yep.
Yeah, he does have one more attack. You're right. Yeah. D20 plus 9. 28.
This time he fires a little bit lower, and the arrow lands into its into its neck.
5 damage.
5 damage. Yeah, it's really fucked up. Its blade is also dripping with necromantic energy. Alistair casts a spell. His hand is glowing white. And he moves into about here. He's holding the charge.
Okay.
Barnabas
is worried about the people following, and we're doing pretty well, so he's just going to go with his AC 11 touch.
Yeah. Touch attack in melee without precise shot.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So yeah, you hit the wall. Top of the round is Lloes. Aha! Lloes hits the blade off to the side. He tries to find an opening. Oh, he slips on a dead rat.
That's not good. Okay, let's see what happens with that.
Strength check, DC 20 or drop item held. He's got a 10 strength. So he dropped his blade.
So he would have had to...
He then picks it up. The thing gets an AOO. He tries to do something cool, like put his foot underneath the blade and kind of put it up into his hand, but the thing takes a swipe at Lloes. Oh.
That's not good.
That's a longsword. That's a critical threat.
Oh, no, that's not good. Does he have windy escape? Because that'd be really good. Windy escape would be really good for him right now.
Lloes does not have windy escape.
That's super unfortunate.
Okay. Oh, that's not a miss. It's a crit. Sorry.
Second for 2d4 rounds. Oh, and it's a fort, so if not your best.
Okay. Let's see how many negative levels Lloes just got.
Say what? Because we're third.
Lloes kind of like dropped his sword. He went whoops, and he hooked his foot underneath the blade and tried to put it up into his hand, and it hit his knee, and he bent over to grab for it, and the horrible undead thing just did a slashing lunge towards Lloes. The sword goes into kind of like his collarbone and dangerously close to like his to veins in his neck. There's a moment where everything just sort of stops, and you can see energy flowing in down the blade at the same time, energy flowing out. And with a crit, Lloes has just taken 2 negative levels.
Oh.
It could have been 3, depending on the crit we rolled. 2d8 plus 6 points of damage.
I'm guessing he doesn't have a lot of hit points.
12 damage.
And a negative level.
Now, the negative levels, I believe, take 5 off your hit points per negative level. Let's do some math. Lloes has, with his 10 con, 26 hit points. He loses 10 and then takes 12. He's got 12 damage out of 16 hit points.
Clean yourself up. You're done, boy.
Oh! Like, it just looks wrong. He does get his last action, which he's going to try to stab the thing.
And I think he missed anyway.
He would have used his panache, but he's all out of it today. He's used them all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He will use his last slashing action to actually strike back. He kind of like sticks his blade into the thing's into the thing's shoulder, like they've attacked each other the same way. That's 9 damage.
Hey, well, jeez.
8 damage, I think. 46, and it's about ready to fall over. Junker
is going to send his rats in.
They're climbing the wall and falling over.
The rats do 5 damage.
And the thing falls apart. Lloes falls to the ground back from the blade and is just lying on the ground. His own blade tumbling from his hands.
All right. Lean back. You're right. We'll give him a heal, cure light wounds for 8.
Okay. Yeah, the wound closes, but there's something wrong. Like too much of that necromantic energy went inside of him.
Knowledge, religion.
Yes, or a heal check.
We'll be going with religion. Plus 12. And I'll use a inspiration point as well. 15. What a shit roll.
15 is the DC. No, the DC of the. Let's see. Chagga's going to try to aid you. You guys can stand around and you're sort of looking at Lloes, who's having a hard time breathing, and talking about things you've read. Chagga didn't spend any ranks in knowledge religion. He's not that kind of priest, apparently.
Yeah, it's all funny when you're not the one who has to pick your skills. That's
Ghost. You know, you're the knowledgeable guy around these parts. Apparently, does Junker have heal? He did not take heal. Chagga did not take healing. Okay, so yeah, you're not quite sure what's wrong with him. You know that some undead can attack your life force.
Okay. All right.
Lloes looks so weak.
Lie back, get your breath. All right, lad. Alistair, find your shit.
Alistair kind of, and instead of helping Lloes, just dismisses the cure light wound spell that he had cast to do damage to the undead.
You know, you are dangerously close to getting locked in one of these.
He smiles and he's like hopping up and looking in. He's taking his stuff. Or taking stuff. Chagga's coming over to help Lloes up. Well, I think Junker is going to dismiss his swarm his little rat
Yes.
goes obediently onto his shoulder. Ghost is also picking up stuff. Hey, don't touch my stuff! Inside the sarcophagi, you find
What do we find?
there is a package. It's all wrapped up. A mithril chain shirt for a halfling. Barnabas, you kind of like you and Ghost are unwrapping it.
Okay.
Inside the wrapped up mithril chain shirt, there's a small mithril buckler. Inside of the buckler, there is a masterwork kukri that is small.
Okay.
And a circlet with the Urncaster family on it. No, not the Urncaster family. There's a circlet with a cat's eye gem.
Okay. I detect magic.
Okay. The two long swords that the cairn sarcophagus creatures were wearing bear enchantment. Their studded leather armor bears a minor enchantment, and out of the 4 items you found in the bundle, it is only the circlet that is radiating magic.
All right, magic. Chagga, you may as well take one of these swords here.
Oh, yes. It's a bit cold.
Can I do a quick identify without using the spell?
Yep.
Spellcraft?
Yep. The DC would be 20 on this.
Plus. So we'll use do the sword first. I will use.
Oh, the swords are DC like 13.
Okay, automatically make those.
They're +1 long swords, +1 studded leather.
Okay. So they're magical. Just use them.
Okay.
What is Lloes wearing?
Lloes wears a thin leather jerkin, some leather clothes, and an armored kilt.
Okay. I don't know if that's better than a.
He's not putting on the armor. He refuses.
All right, be stubborn. Just put money in my pocket.
Of course, he's not very conversive at the moment.
You know it's magic, right?
Give it here. Alistair.
You got your stuff, you little shit. Now pick it up.
Oh, are you giving him the bundle?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. He's now getting dressed in his stuff. Ghost is like, I could have used that.
Oh, your time's coming.
Comes out of his share. Fuck you, it's mine.
Your next share is the payment to get your shit back.
All right.
How do we get out of here?
I'll show you the way out.
He is getting he's taking off of his regular leather armor and putting on the masterwork stuff. He's now waving the kukri around like he knows how to wield it.
Lead the way, you Lancaster.
He just leaves his leather armor that he was wearing originally just lying on the ground.
That's probably not worth picking up for a character with 10 strength.
Okay, he gets all ready. He sort of checks himself out, sticks his kukri into his belt. The little psycho looks even more regal with the circlet on.
All right, little prince, lead the way. How do we get out of here before the rest of your family comes and gets us?
You remember your deal? You've got to take me with you.
Fine, I'll take you with us.
Junker and Ghost don't seem to care. They're gathering up they're taking off the armor from the undead. They seem to be not very afraid of touching it. Whereas Lloes is leaning.
The sword is your payment. It's magical. It's worth quite a bit if that's what you're concerned with.
Who are you talking to?
The ghost. He was pissed off he didn't get any of the small gear.
No, we divvy.
All right, you're thinking.
Yeah. Don't think. We don't want our share of adamantine armor and the gold armor.
Oh, yes, we found some gold armor, Barnabas, before you arrived.
Oh shit!
Everything hurts, says Lois, and you do see
All
there's
right,
this
all right. We all know you're
horrible,
hurt. We all
like,
saw you get hit, but the belly aching's not helping anyone here. Just keep it to yourself.
like his veins are black. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, guys, I got a question for you as a DM. I was secretly hoping that Los died because of this.
And came back as undead. I'll spend a DM point for him to die.
Okay, but it'll be a slow death throughout the night. The other DM point will be spent. Remember when Ghost and Junker went off screen to go loot a tomb?
Yes.
One of the items that they came back with is an urn.
Okay.
They may not have realized how special the urn was, but it's an urn.
Do they share this with us?
No, it's part of, like, there's a whole bunch of stuff they grabbed. Like, it's just part of loot that you guys are... they found the giant cup and a magical book, and you picked up the grotesque staff, and one of them has a morning star, and there's all the gear that you guys had. Like, you guys are laden with treasure at this point.
All right. When we've got a chance to rest, Barnabas will start identifying.
Okay. So at some point tonight, basically, Los is going to die.
Yes.
Alistair goes up to this next door. He's like,
Use the key here, dimwits.
if it was so easy, why do we need you? He hisses and hops back from the fat man. Oh, something's wrong, says Los. Oh, I know. We need to get out of here before those people come after us.
We need to get him to a priest. No offense, but more powerful one than you. He lets the boy lead. Get the fuck in there.
Okay, yeah, you hand him the key. He's the other one, and you're using two keys. The door opens, and this room definitely has the sound of dripping water. The group of you goes into the chamber, and the water is dark and it looks deep.
We gotta swim.
Oh, fuck off, swimming.
It's a short swim. Just hold your breath, dummies.
Barnabas is like, oh, man, I don't know if I'm going to make a swim. I don't know how to swim. And I do realize, I think just last game, I said, you always got to put a rank in swim and climb. This is like the first character in years I went, I can wait a level.
Yeah, I don't know how to swim either,
says Alistair as he approaches the water and kind of swooshes a bit with his boot. Chagga puts Los down, and Los just kind of crops a seat. He's just slumped over with his sword in his lap.
Chagga, he's not gonna make no swim.
He'll make it. He'll make it. Go fetch that barrel of yours. I've got an idea.
All right.
And Chagga, don't let those people see your face. I think that would be bad.
Right. Barnabas will go into the other room, take the old leather armor or the shirt piece.
Yep.
Wrap it around his face.
Junker and Ghost are going into the water. They can both swim. You can see them. They're like looking, and Junker's kind of probing the water a little bit with his. Or Ghost is probing the water a little bit with his bow, and the two of them are now up to their necks in the water. Junker actually went under the water to go take a look, and he kind of pops out. Whiskers are all wet.
Can they run a rope?
Yeah, I guess Barnabas, who would suggest that, is gone, but they're probing. They're looking around. So Barnabas does what?
He goes and gets the barrel because Chagga asked.
Okay, but no, what were you doing to your face?
Oh, he wrapped it. He took the old leather armor that what's his face discarded and just like takes the sleeves and wraps it around his face like a bandana.
Okay, right. All right. So you go back into the
and takes off his signature hat, puts that in a bag.
Trap room. You sneak up on the barrel. You don't see one of the masked lords, but you can hear two people having a conversation. Okay. Wonder when they're going to send us in. I don't know. It is the tomb of initiation. Yeah. They got to come out sometime. Yeah, but no shooting. What do you mean? They're supposed to come out different. They're going to come out changed. That's the whole point. Oh. All right. Well, will you tell me when you start shooting, I'll start shooting. They either have crossbows or guns.
Okay.
Barnabas, you pick up the barrel.
Takes his barrel and.
Okay. You had done a good job corking the barrel back out and cutting one top of it, like you had made a little bow to the barrel. Oh yes, yes. We'll turn the barrel upside down and use it to breathe.
But we'll need a lot of weight to hold it right. Okay, yeah.
Don't worry, both me and Lloes could fit in there. You could just squeeze up next to me. We might have to do a couple of trips, however, with all of this stuff.
Don't want to leave the stuff behind now, do we?
Lloes is kind of slumping over to the side, and Chagga grabs him and pulls him back up.
Ghost, Junker, you all right to swim that?
Yeah.
How far is it?
Goes down and up.
Oh, it's not far at all. Can you run a rope?
You notice that Ghost, splashes some water into his mouth?
I think we're near sewer.
Oh, okay.
Alistair's laughing. It makes sense. The sewers must meet up with this under crypts.
Not pure sewer water, but there's some mixed in.
Right, so sewer adjacent. Cool, yeah.
All right. Junker does take a rope. Chagga steps on the grappling hook on the shore, kind of between two rocks, and he begins to run a rope. Ghost kind of follows the rope until the rope goes underneath, and he just waits for a while, and then eventually a wet Junker swims.
Maybe we can knock this. Is there any climbing involved on the other side?
No. It's about 30 feet. Hold your breath.
Will do.
Kick. Follow rope. If you cannot swim like fish.
It's the first time Junker's talked to you guys in common, as if he's sensing the need for haste.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, random.
Hey, randomly.
Barnabas,
right.
give me a perception check, Barnabas.
It's +9, I think. Yep. 11.
You don't notice anything peculiar about Lloes. All right. The Ghost and Junker seem to take a couple of trips with some of the gear At one point, when all of you are sitting there on the other side, you're like,
We're wondering if they're coming back.
they just took all of our treasure, didn't they? And then finally, there's a little rat head that peeps up, and its ghost came back.
What are you waiting for? Come on.
All right, Barnabas will help Chagga with Lloes.
Okay, you kind of load him into the water. He puts, put your sword away. There we go. Lloes slops into the water, and Chagga pulls the barrel down, kind of hooking the rope underneath hooking Lloes's hands over the rope. And it's slow going, but eventually they do scrape the top of the barrel against the ceiling as they're making their way.
Yay!
I can't swim,
Says Alistair.
Fuck, I can't swim! No one taught me.
All right. Hang on to my coat. We'll follow the rope, you and me.
Have you ever heard of the tale of the scorpion? And
Yeah.
the snake? No. Is it
It was
bunny?
a frog. It was a frog. I've heard all the tales. I know them all.
That
And that's
makes
why
me
you're going first, you little shit. And he boots him in the water.
Hey! I'm gonna pay for that.
Grab the rope. I'll be right behind you.
Wait a minute. You're a professor.
He says,
You're going to teach me things.
We'll see if you behave yourself. Get going.
he laughs at that and then makes a show of him holding his breath. And yeah, it's without rope and without laden with treasures, it would have been difficult to swim this, as most of you can't swim. With the help that Ghost and Junker have, it's just basically pulling on a rope. Nothing is keeping you guys from making that progress. So you're able to escape the crypt of initiation. However, you end up in...
We are now in the sewer of demise.
No, it's just kind of like the under sewer. And I'm going to move you guys to a new map.
Okay.
The water comes up, and it's sort of in a pool at one end of a natural cavern, and you can see that there is a similar pool on the other side. In between, there is a dry land, which definitely has the look of sewer water, and you can see along the edges, maybe even dripping from above, that there are bits of the sewer water that are slowly leaking into your side. It's pretty gross. But there is a bunch of treasure that is stacked up along the shore, and Junker and his rat are guarding it while Ghost is kind of leading you guys out of the water. Chagga is struggling to get Lloes out, and he's just left the barrel kind of half submerged in the water. There is a chamber or a tunnel that looks more like worked sewer of great age. Like you're aware, like the ancient crypts met a natural cavern meets where they had a really old sewer that is really sunken underneath the earth. Like the air is a bit rancid from the sewage.
All right. I think he'll just tie a kerchief over his face, or maybe...
or just keep the leather that you had wrapped around your head.
You realize those were my pants,
says Alistair.
You're sniffing my butt.
we need a place to rest. Unless the street's very close.
I agree. Our families, all three of our families, four if you include the young chap there, will likely find out that we've disappeared and come looking for us.
Most likely. They're still waiting for us to come out, though.
Lloes is out of sorts. We need to find a priest.
We need to sell our goods. We need to count it first.
Yes, we need a safe place to rest and to count our ill-gotten goods.
And after that, we need a place to hide.
Yes. We can't go back into any of our family homes. They've all sold us out. You're still under... Why were you working for the Uncasters? Shouldn't you be in some classroom somewhere?
I ought to be, yeah. But, yeah. You know, Dimby and Erncaster?
Yes, I suppose.
Young lad, bit mouthy, thinks he knows everything. Well, he interrupted my class, and I explained to him why that was a poor idea.
Oh, yeah.
And it was explained to me why explaining to Dimian was a bad idea on my part. All in all, I think a lot of learning occurred that day.
Yeah, I see. Wait a moment. I know of a place we might be able to get to.
Where's that?
The crypt garden bisects an ancient wall that bisects, well, the good part of town from bad. The Southwall District. I've gone there once before, he says proudly.
Yeah, I used to teach in that, well, Highcrest, nicer part of the shitty part of town, I suppose.
I believe it's far from Highcrest. I know a wizard. His name is Lars Bellifort. He lives in the Southwall District. He has a tower. I sought his help years back when I was trying to understand my mind magic.
So?
Lars would help. He is a goodly chap. I do not think he has any love for the syndicate families. We'll just have to convince him that you're like me, not necessarily cut from the same cloth as other syndicate members. Lloes is a adventurer, swordsman, out of shape at the moment. You're a professor, and I am, well, Chagga.
Right, I'll be my normal charming self.
Oh, yes, you'll have stuff to talk about with Lars. He is a wizard, and his tower is quite powerful. People know to stay away from it, as it can conjure monsters to defend it.
All right, Southwall it is.
Yes,
First, we've got the crypt garden now.
We have to go south a little bit. We'll follow the wall, and then I'll see it as we head our way towards the ocean.
All right, you two's looking at Junker and goes.
Yeah.
They were having a conversation in Nezumi. They both look at you like they're both guilty of something.
He's looking at them like... Aside from conversations about taking off with our things while we're here and have no idea how to follow you.
Yeah. Junker wanted to leave. I said stay. Next time we listen to Junker.
Ghost chuckles.
How well do you know the sewers?
We're in undersewer.
No, it's more than I fucking know.
Old sewer. Yeah, chopped up with new construction.
Can you get us to Crypt Garden?
We were just in Crypt Garden.
To Southwall, sorry.
Oh, yeah. Find way out here.
He looks around.
We'll try that way.
Alright. Is there a place to rest on the way, or is this our best bet?
On the sewer, dangerous. Between undead and forgotten parts of sewer. We could try to rest here.
Alright, here it is. Knowledge. I have no idea. Probably.
We should continue moving.
We're low on spells. Lloes is in no shape to move.
Chagga.
We just need to find a way up.
Alright. You lead the way.
Chagga's gonna get rid of any damage anybody has.
I think Lloes is the only one with damage. Oh, and the rat.
He's got... Yeah, he'll use 2 charges. One on Lloes, one on the rat. That gets rid of the 4 damage on Lloes. He's riding right now, I think, 10 hit points.
Yeah.
No, more than that. He lost...
15. He should be at 16.
He's got 26. He lost 10 off the top. He's got 16 hit points. So, yeah, he stands. I'll be all right. I'm just not doing any backflips or anything.
Yeah, best not.
Lead me to danger, he says.
Alright, gentle Nizumi. Lead us to safety.
Come on, kid.
Goes to Alistair. Alistair was like poking at some. He had his kukri out and he was like killing worms he found on the ground.
Yeah. Leave the turds alone. Let's go.
Okay, they hop along this side here. You can make a marching order if you want. You can see that
Sure.
The sewer. It's only a few feet deep in the middle, but you probably don't want to ride in it.
Oh, I don't know why, but Junker feels like the front guy. There's our marching order.
Okay. Well, Junker and Ghost be in the same square.
Yeah, same square, you're right.
Boop, boop, boop. Okay, with your light spells, I need a perception check.
$22 for Barnabas.
Oh, you could just do the
perfect
thing. But
I didn't work for this group. Yeah. There we go. 19, 15, 17, 22 for Junker. Okay. 21 for Barnabas.
You guys get to the corner and Junker puts up a clawed hand. Barnabas, you hear it. You hear something like something very sticky and slimy moving. Like a giant tongue against the ground. And every once in a while you hear like a bit of a scrape of something like really hard.
What is it? Excuse me. Just have a quick look. Barnabas is just going to peek around the corner, see what's there, if he can see.
Okay. There's something undulating in the pool ahead. It is a giant snail with a multicolored shell, and it's got 5 like spiky looking tentacles coming out of the front of it. and it seems to be lurching now towards you and your light.
Anyone got any soap?
It's about the size of a horse, and it's gross.
Initiative, I guess.
Yep. Its shell is really opalescent, like it's really shiny, and it's got all sorts of swirls in it. And you think you spotted from here, it might actually have objects somehow fastened or stuck to its shell.
Okay. Barnabas
Call it the flail snail.
has a masterwork light crossbow, and he's going to start using it because he's running out of magic.
This thing goes at -1 initiative. It's that good.
Rolls a 20, though. It can fuck us all.
Again, just get the random numbers into the initiative sheet. There we go.
I gotta go grab my phone because my iPad's about to die. Be right back.
Sure. Oh, it goes last. Does anyone have any salt? Funny. Just adjust the DM points while we're moving. I spent 1. Mark spent 1. I guess we can start the initiative. So Junker is going to delay until it's basically going to sync up with Ghost. Which leaves us, Barnabas. Barnabas, you're first. This multicolored, strange snail, the size of a horse, is undulating through the sewer water towards the.
Is our mage armor still up?
At this point,
Hours.
3 hours. Yep.
All right, so I will be satisfied with that for now. He will draw his crossbow and bard song.
Okay. Lloes, what is it?
Oh,
he's drawing his blade.
Snail. Just a snail.
He's gonna come forward. Ugh. Oh, it's big. Draws his blade. He's going to put up a shield. He's got a couple more spells left, so. Ghost. Ghost and Junker move forward one. Junker is going to summon his rats. Worm. I'll have to grab that from the other map.
Yep.
And then Ghost is going to fire some arrows at it.
Yeah. That was one move or
They single moved over, yeah.
single moved? All right. Just want to see what spell he can put on there. Ghost. I think we're down to pretty much. I guess you can try Ray of Frost.
Sure.
Plus 11. AC 24.
You struck the snail with the arrow. It does do damage. However, do not add the Ray of Frost because the Ray of Frost seems to have skipped out of the arrow and is dancing wildly around the back of its shell.
Okay.
So give me the arrow damage first.
5.
Okay. Yeah, that caused the creature to kind of like one of its long tendrils kind of like went in really quickly and then came out, and a bunch of spikes come out of the end of it. Like the arms at the end of the snail look like they could be whipped around like maces.
Okay.
And then the spell, I need a D10. The spell is roiling around on its back.
10.
And rebounds on Ghost. And it was a Ray of Frost.
Yeah.
Okay. Ghost takes 1 cold damage.
All right.
Kind of lances back towards him. Junker transforms his rat swarm, which has 1 damage. And I think rat swarms can swim.
I believe they have a swim speed equal to their land speed, if I'm not mistaken.
That's so scary.
Just nonstop.
Their speed is as per familiar. 15 feet, 15 climb, and 15 swim. So 1 move,
So-
2 moves.
You can cast Expeditious Retreat on his familiar. Then it turns into thing, and then it's a rat swarm you can't outrun, outswim, or outclimb.
Yeah, you have to stop and fight it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
this horrible swimming mass of rats go all the way up onto the snail, and it's flailing its tentacles around, bashing rats as the rats are nibbling away at its bits.
5 damage.
5 damage. That is significant. The thing is now high pitched screeching, like a really really quiet kettle. Chagga comes trundling forward in his heavy armor. That's 2 moves, and then he takes out his tower shield. Alistair comes moving forward. So stupid is what he says, and then he gets a bump from Chagga, and he'll try to, I don't know, exit.
Misfortune.
It might be too far. Give me a second. Yeah, it's a little bit too far for that.
Damn.
His hexes, I believe, are 30 feet.
I haven't played a witch.
Yeah, he just continues moving around. He doesn't want to go into the poop. The flail snail. It's a dumb animal, and it's being attacked. What? It's not dumb.
It's not?
Oh my goodness, this thing's weird. Okay. It's going to start to pulverize the swarm. It's AC 22.
All right.
It does 4 damage, which becomes 2.
Okay.
When that doesn't work, it moves forward out of the swarm, and then it just kind of goes rapidly back into its shell. Like it goes boom, and it turtled into its shell.
Okay. How fast was it moving?
Pretty slowly. It moved at 10.
All right, let's get fucking by it and start running. It's a fucking snail.
Barnabas.
What you waiting for, lads? Let's go. 50. 85.
Oh, I'll reveal a little bit more.
90.
You can see the sewer continues.
Yep.
You can see that there's another bend up ahead. There's a large flat spot. It's got some slime on it, probably from the snail. It does look like the snail. It does have like a trail of slime behind it, which sort of dissipated in the sewage muck. Lloes. He's gonna move around. He's gonna ready an attack. If it comes and attacks him, or comes within range, he'll attack it.
I think Ghost will do the same thing on his.
Okay. Ghost can kind of still see little bits of it. Like you could still see like kind of like a weird hem of a dress, like some of its soft bits around the edges of the shell. Every once in a while, one of the tentacle things kind of probes out. Like it's still active.
It's not 100. Yeah, it's not 100% covered, but it's.
Yep. And then you might be able to like crack an arrow through its shell, but you just saw the shell rebound your spell on you.
Yeah, that's disturbing. I don't think. Did we move it 30, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so that's
okay. He moves, and then
60,
Junker
and ready an arrow.
Yep.
In case it comes out.
When it comes out of its shell. Okay.
Yeah.
Junker says something to Ghost in Nizumi, and Ghost stops for a moment, and he seems to go, really? And now Ghost seems to be interested in hunting the thing.
All right, explain, because you don't look like you're running.
Its shell might be valuable.
Oh, for fuck's sake. It's just
You saw it. It bounced my magic back at me.
We can hunt it another day. Rats on top.
The rats are finding ways in. You can see one kind of goes through the top and is like they're eating away at the edges of the shell. It is not immune to the rat swarm in this. So
I did not think so. 6 damage.
Okay. It seems to be like it's going to start coming out of its shell in a minute. Chagga. Well, there's a chance he hits the rat swarm if he sends his scythe flying.
Okay. Maybe ready for it to move away from the rats? I don't know. or magic missile, or not because
You know what? Chagga's gonna try a magic missile. He doesn't believe ghosts. Like, he doesn't believe his eyes, sort of thing. And
that didn't happen.
he whips a magic missile at it, and two yellow wasp-like magic missiles go flying towards the creature. And I'm gonna roll a d10. 8. When the magic missiles strike unerringly, they just get absorbed by the shell, and nothing happens.
All right.
Ooh, perhaps it's resistant to magic, he says as he moves forward.
Looks like I made the right choice. He's got his crossbow.
Okay, the thing moved closer. Alistair is going to fuck it up now. He's going to use a misfortune. It makes it save.
Fuck.
The flail snail. You can return to normal as a free action. It just comes out of its shell.
So does it have to make a fortitude save? Which it probably will succeed, but...
Yes, it does. It could get sick. It gets a 13 on its save.
Doesn't...
Oh, it's immune to poison. I don't know if that's a poison effect.
It's not a poison, though. It's a... It's a condition, so...
Yeah, let's just look at distraction. Did you just nauseate this thing?
Because that would be awesome.
A living creature that takes damage from must make a fortitude save, DC blah. It does not say it's a poison effect. It is nauseated for 1 round. So it...
Gets a move?
This were a bad idea.
A simple action?
So I think it moves out of the swarm and then goes back into its shell. But by doing so, like all the way up to Lloes is going to take his ready to action. Like, he stabs at it. Ah! Oh god!
And Junker's got a ready to action as well.
Yep. Lloes
Don't
misses.
forget Bard Song.
Lloes is like grabbing a hold of the side of the wall and takes a slash at it.
26.
Oh, this was Ghost firing an arrow?
Ghost, yeah. 10. Ghost is just just the killing machine.
Yeah. +4 is from...
2 from strength, 1 from Bard Song, 1 from point blank shot.
Nice. Yeah, Archer is at low levels. 26 damage. I don't think it has any DR.
I hope not.
Okay, then it goes back into its shell. I was getting a little close to you there, Lloes. Barnabas.
All right then. He readies his crossbow to fire.
Okay. Let me see.
It's another round of Bard Song too.
It can reach you and Ghost, but you've got cover from around the corner, so you're fine. Lloes is going to attack it, even though it's in its shell. While it's in its shell, its AC is 25, so he misses. Shell's pretty thick. Coughs a bit. Ghost. It's in its shell, so it doesn't look like it's threatening you now.
Ghost is going to take a step back into Barnabas's square. Can he do that?
No. He
small creatures and medium creatures. I can't remember.
No.
All right, Barnabas. No, he's got to wait. Yeah, he's not threatening now. He'll take a shot now.
Okay.
Plus
AC 25.
13 plus 1 from above.
No. The thing is a little bit down, but it's large.
Ugh. Plus 1 from above would help. 24.
Yep. He knocks an arrow right off the lip of the shell. He's got
And he'll ready the rest of his shots if it comes out.
okay. They will be readied at the
lower, yeah.
At the lower rate. Yep. Junker. I think Junker is just gonna move all the way up to
Yeah.
Ghost.
Sounds good.
And then his rats
right on
swarm
top.
over the snail, all kind of hustling through the water.
Another 5 damage.
You guys are riding the rats to victory.
Yeah, we are. We really are.
Oh, the thing looks really hurt. Like it's trying to get away. Like it looks like it's trying to get away from you guys at this point in time. Chagga, while it's not incurring AOs, will trundle over beside Lloes and then
punch it,
I guess. Missing. Oh, it is hard. I'm kind of hungry for escargot now. What's that? Says Alistair. Let's kill it. It's stupid. Oh, he's got weapon finesse.
Oh.
And a kukri. He might have just critted the little thing. As he's sticking the kukri into a place where it don't belong. Let's just double check to make sure. So Alistair's finesse attack is +8. Plus 3 bab, plus 4 dex, plus 1 for size, plus 9 with the masterword, plus 10 with bard song. So he just critically threatened.
Yep, that's a crit.
Psycho little kid killing bugs. It's a standard crit. Okay. Well, here's where it's underwhelming.
Yeah.
A kukri, I think, is a D3 when it's small.
Yeah.
So 2d3 plus strength is 10.
Plus 1 from bard songs.
Plus 1
4.
from bard songs.
Or 2, sorry.
Yep. He does 5 damage to it. Sticking the kukri in. That's fun. The flail snail. It's angry. Now, it can do 2 things. Fox, you seem to care about the snail thing. It could try to escape to the ceiling.
Ready to actions first, though?
Oh yeah, when it came out, there is a ready to action from Ghost.
Was that plus? So this would be a +9.
It will
AC 26.
It will take its AOO against Ghost because it can. Because when it popped out, its flaily things can hit you, and it will give you a good whap or try to. AC 9. No, it misses. Hits the wall. You fire into its weird mouth.
And it's bowling for 20s, really. Miss. But 1d6 plus.
No. Its AC is 19 when it's out of its shell, Mark.
Oh, right.
So he fired 2 arrows into it.
So first one does 8. And then 6.
14 is 50 damage. Sorry, Fox. I gave it max hit points because we give creatures max hit points for the first 4 levels. So it has 48 hit points and just has taken 50 damage. It half retracts into its shell and just sort of like drops down to the ground.
And I think at this point, none of the humans question how the rats survive down here because they kill everything.
Yeah, or they just wait.
They just wait.
The rat swarm biting at it, and Alistair. he is like up to his elbows in the creature as he's laughing and attacking the thing.
There's
I don't know.
something